Hello, it's the one and only one, Dina Sherman on Voice of the Heroes podcast. Oh, wait, no, it's the one and only one. Oh gosh, what's your name again? Flea Boy Jetson. Okay, wait, no, it's the one and only one, Flea Boy Jetson. Well, just stay tuned and watch Voice of the Heroes. I'm Dina Sherman.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's your host, the one and only one, Fleaboy Jetson, and you're listening to the #1 anime podcast in the world, Voice of the Heroes. So if you're tuning in for the first time, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any interviews or discussions from your favorite heroes and villains from around the world. And today we got a very special guest. You can currently hear him in Street Fighter 6 as the newest DLC and upcoming Fatal Fury City of the Wolves game as Terry Bogard. And you can also catch him in Pokemon Horizons on Netflix. Let's welcome Michael Schneider. How you doing today?
All right. Thank you so much for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Hey, man, that's not even just the rundown of the things that you got going on. I forgot to tell y'all, not only is he, a voice actor, but he's a recording engineer, sound editor, producer, production assistant, voice director, technical advisor. Like, my guy, what do you not do in the industry?
Got to wear a lot of hats to survive in this industry, I tell you what.
Hey, I see, man, and it keeps you busy, huh? Let's talk about some of these jobs, though. What's your most favorite to do?
Acting for sure.
Yeah. Acting for sure?
Yeah, not even close. It's the dream because you just get to, it's all the fun parts, everything else feels like, sometimes it feels like work, but acting never really feels like work.
Yeah. What's some things like, let's break down some of these things like, right? What's the difference between a sound engineer and a sound editor?
Those are quite different. Like sound engineer, usually when they give you a credit for that usually means you're like the recording engineer. Like in the session, so you'd be like actually recording the actors as they do their thing, and it also involves quite a bit of editing, but the like sound editor pass would be afterwards, like kind of post-production, so cleaning up all the audio, getting rid of all those little mouth clicks and pops and peas, all that stuff, so you can make it all sound nice, like it was beautiful. Or like now in the world of remote recording, there's a lot of trying to make everybody sound like they were in the same room, and that's the fun part. Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
In those two, yeah.
So how long have you been doing like the behind the scenes stuff?
About a decade now.
Wow.
When I first kind of started that stuff, about 10 years.
Yeah. Did you start out behind the scenes, or was your dream always to be a voice actor? How did that come about? Like, what inspired you to become a voice actor?
Oh yeah, if you want the whole story,
hey, let's get the origin going. It ain't right unless we get the origin story.
I always wanted to be like a rock star musician. I went to music school for writing music, for composition. Went through that, graduated, and then I was like, all right, now I know how to write music. That's cool. And then I tried to like record it, and it all sounded like crap, and I felt terrible. And I was like, man, I'm like writing good stuff, but it sounds like shit because I don't know how to record it. So then I went to audio school. And while I was there, I got really interested in not just music production, but post-production, and as far as like film, TV, and stuff. Then I ended up as a skip ahead a couple years, and I was a freelance mixing engineer doing like advertising in New York, where I'm from. I am from New York. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, New York in the building. Let's go. What part of New York you from?
I grew up in Westchester, and then I lived in Brooklyn for like the last like 7 years.
Wow, you grew up in Westchester? What part of Westchester? I'm from Yonkers.
You're from Yonkers? Northern. So I started off in like kind of like the Bedford, Katona-y area, like Mount Kisco-ish. And then I basically moved my way all the way down the river towns until I got to Brooklyn and stayed there.
Yeah, my mother used to work in Mount Kisco. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your character in Pokemon Horizons on Netflix, man. I know everybody misses Ash, but we got a new addition in the franchise. that came out in 2023. Let's talk a little bit about your character.
Yeah, it's Zerk. He's awesome. Yeah, what a dream it is to just be in Pokemon, like, at all.
Yeah,
Gee.
that's big.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I used to, when I was in New York and they used to record it over there, I used to record audiobooks in the building where they did Pokemon. And like, I just remember thinking to myself, man, if I could just hit record on one episode of Pokemon, I would be so happy. That would be the end. Like, I would have accomplished all my dreams. And now I'm in the damn show. But to talk about Zerk, yeah, he's great. He's just like a lovable goon. He's one of the explorers. They're kind of the, the new Team Rocket-ish type of guys. They're always trying to steal that damn cat. We got to get that cat too.
That's pretty dope. All right, so let's talk a little bit about your other character, Terry Bogard, and the newest installment in the Fatal Fury games, City of the Wolves, that's due to come out and release in 2025.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's just another complete dream come true, man. I've been a massive fighting game nerd my whole life. And yeah, when that came through, I was like, this isn't real. Like, I was like, I don't know, maybe this is some like mobile game or something, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, and I was like, really? Okay, cool. I go in, I'm like, wait, this is like, you guys are making a new Fatal Fury? I was thinking like, oh, maybe it's like King of Fighters, maybe blah, blah, blah. Is this Capcom versus? I was like, it's Fatal Fury? Whoa. Yeah, and I just absolutely lost it. I mean, what a it's so perfect. It's so great. I've just been a huge Terry fan, like always. He was my guy in CVS 2 and all that stuff. It was him, Yuri, Ryu. That was my team.
It's pretty dope to see him in Street Fighter 6 as the newest DLC too, man.
Yeah, dude.
It looks like he belongs in that franchise for some reason. I don't know why. It looks like he could actually be a Street Fighter. I would love to see an anime crossover or something like that. He's been there
since the beginning, baby. He was Joe in Street Fighter 1. Like he's coming back. It's all coming together.
Definitely. So those are two dream come trues for you, man. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations on those two roles. Do you watch any of the anime you work on? Like, do you watch Pokemon or anything else that you have done?
Yeah, as much as I can. Yeah, it's honestly, sometimes you watch and you're like, all right, fine, whatever. But like the new Pokemon show is really good, man. I've been really into it. It's just like, it's got a great vibe, that like Saturday morning kind of cartoon, but like also a little more grown up, and the animation slaps. Like,
it looks good.
People sleep on it. That animation is dope, man. Look, there's some really cool stuff going on.
And it's on Netflix, right? Subbed and dubbed. What do you prefer to watch your media in, or your more or less your content as far as anime go? Subbed or dubbed?
Honestly, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I'd say I give every dub a chance, and then maybe like 60% of the time I switch to the subs, or sometimes if the subs are ahead, I just watch those instead. But I do love. Sometimes it's hard to watch dubs because I start thinking about work.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it on it with you. I love subtitles. Like, I watch subtitles when it's a certain anime I'm really into, but I have to watch my anime in dub for some reason. I don't know why. I guess I grew up like that, watching Dragon Ball, Naruto in dub, things like that. So I'm already used to it. But if it's like something and I don't want to get spoiled, and it's a couple of weeks ahead, like it's on Crunchyroll, because Netflix does a pretty good job releasing their content, giving you the option of watching it subbed or dubbed on release. So, Crunchyroll, for example, they, tend to, okay, you got to catch up a couple of weeks for that.
Well, they got to, Crunchyroll has to compete with the Japanese releases. So they got, sometimes their hands are tied. They're not able to release it, before the other one. But Netflix is like, we are God. So they're in control.
Yeah, their numbers are through the roof too. I just seen the streaming numbers for last year. Netflix is still on King of the Hill when it comes to that. Out of all your characters, though, which one was the most enjoyable for you to dub?
Oh, easily Terry. Not even close. The most fun I've ever had for both games. Like ever. It's just, yeah, it was just getting in there, just living out childhood dreams and getting paid for it and meeting team and just having a blast. And, you know,
how did that role come about?
I just got an audition, read it.
Oh, you just read for it? You didn't even know what it was?
Yeah. I mean, it just, yeah, it came in, and like I said before, I was just like, wait, is this Terry? Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go for it. Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you knew who the character was when you auditioned?
Yeah,
for it.
they had the names.
Oh, that's pretty dope because a lot of people, they do like
Yes,
code signing things.
sometimes they do, not in this case. They just didn't tell you any game name. Yeah.
Pretty dope. Pretty dope. All right, let's move along. Are there any upcoming or ongoing anime series or series in general? Because you got a lot of stuff coming out with the neighborhood Spider-Man, X-Men 97 season 2, things like that. Blue Eye Samurai, all this great stuff that's out or coming out. You got let alone like 16 animes coming out next month.
Yeah. Right.
Are there any you would like to be a part of?
All of them?
Short answer.
I
All
want
of
to
them.
be in
Let's get
everything,
it.
man. Are you kidding? Yeah, absolutely. I want to be all over the damn place, wherever they'll take me. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I mean, I think my white whale right now is, man, I would give anything to be in the next season of Delicious in Dungeon. Oh, that is my dream. I love Studio Trigger. I love that manga. It's just such a those months where they were releasing that weekly, like every Thursday night, like they made Thursday my favorite night of the week for like so long. It was just, oh, what a great feeling that show was. And yeah, I would give anything to be a
So
part of
that
that.
would definitely be your number one on your list.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, that's on there. Yeah.
When it comes to voice acting, right? What do you prefer, voicing a villain or hero? I know most of our guests they say the villain because you get to really like show your range. What is that? Is that the case for you?
Huh. I'm really good at villains, but uh, I gotta say I enjoy them both. It's equal, but I think I have a little more pride in my villains because one of the issues I think is like a lot of actors like don't, because a lot of them are like young, nice guys, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm such a nice guy. I'm like, all right, now you're a real piece of shit. And they're like, I don't know how to do that. And I'm like, I do. Like I had to do there was one show I was directing years ago. It was called Battle Game in 5 Seconds. And there was this one character that was like this hideous monster person. Like he was so like the worst. And I was trying to cast him, like we weren't doing auditions for it. So like I direct offered it to somebody. And they were like, hell no, I'm not doing that. That's horrible. I offered it to 5 people and they all said no. And I was like, all right, roll up the sleeves. Let's go. I had that dude, his power was like he could like smell panties from far. It was so bad. And he was just like, oh. Gets to the fight with like the main character girl, immediately just takes his pants off. He's like, yeah, like let's fight. It was really fun though. I had a blast. I love one of my favorite things is like when you do a take and then like you just hear silence and then the director comes in over the talk back like, man, I hated that so much. Great job. Yeah, you got it.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some anime now. Let's talk about, speaking of villains, I think I'm going to do something different with you because you say you take your villains a lot more serious, right? So usually I ask our guests, who's your Mount Rushmore of anime characters? I want to ask you, who would be at Mount Rushmore of anime villains?
Oh, baby, that's a beautiful, it's funny when I was thinking about the heroes and I was like, man, that's like harder to come up with. But when you say villains, I got stuff for you right away. Most prominently, the biggest face obviously is going to be Griffith, right? Like nobody's as bad as Griffith. Come on. He's so perfectly, beautifully terrible. No, just come on.
So you got Griffin number one?
Yeah.
Griffin up there?
Yeah, Griffin's up there for sure. Yeah, come on. The Hawk. Come on, the Band of the Hawk. Nobody's as bad as them. All right, so Griffith. Then we're gonna go to tough one. I think now this is a little basic, but I do think it was just so formative and important to me. It would be Orochimaru, man. he was a creepy dude. Loved
He was
him.
a creep. Yeah, he definitely
Yeah,
was
just
up there.
fun and just had such a wild presence. Like even when he wasn't on screen, like he's one of those characters where everything anybody does is like it's affected by just his existence in the show, you know. And I love Orochimaru so much. So dope. And then finally, ooh, who are we gonna do?
You got two more.
Two more. Oh God, I forgot there's four on Mount Rushmore. I was like, all right, one
Yeah,
more.
we.
What's his name? Wait. Scheisse. What's the guy's name? Vicious. Cowboy Bebop. Yeah.
I'm surprised you even said that. Nobody even went to Cowboy Bebop. I haven't heard no villain. Usually they talk about Spike or the crew. They don't talk
yeah.
about the villains of the show too much.
Oh man, Vicious is so vicious, you know, like he's just I really like I like unredeemable villains a lot, you know, like I like the guys where they don't have to pretend, you know, like, oh man, yeah, he's got such a sad backstory, we feel so bad for him. It's like, nah man, I'm just evil and I love definitely Vicious. And just like his whole relationship and just everything, just beautiful. All right,
You got
final.
one more, your final villain.
I got you. It's gonna be now. This is kind of like a twofer because these guys are kind of almost the same guy. It's oh my god, I want to make sure I get his name right. Okay, yeah. Rao Le Creuset in Gundam Seed and Char together. They're kind of the same. They're the same masked Gundam guy, you know.
He was also in Gundam Seed, right? Or one of the Gundams?
No, Char's not in Gundam Seed. Rao Le Creuset. Am I getting his name right? Let me double check. Rao Le Creuset. He is Char basically in like that alternate universe. Like they're like kind of he takes the same place. They're smart, they're charismatic, calculating, kind of evil. But now this is the opposite of the last thing I said, where they do kind of have motivations that you can get behind. Like at certain times, Char feels like a hero. At certain times, Rao almost feels like a hero, but he's not a nice guy.
So they probably will fall in the anti-hero type category.
Almost. They're pretty clearly the foils of the show, I think, or at least Rao is. I know Seed much better because I did work on Seed and I kind of fell in love with Gundam when we were doing that dub. I think that's so. Yeah, so my Mount Rushmore's got like 4.5.
All right, so now let's talk about animes. We talked about the anime characters. Let's talk about the animes themselves. What will be your top 3 animes of all time that inspired you or had an impact on your life?
All right, let's do it. Number 1 favorite of all time is definitely Promare. It's so important to me in so many different ways. Just from the experience of working on it to my friends that are in it, some friends that are no longer here. The most beautiful animation, like the great story, it makes me cry every time. Promare is my ultimate goat. For all anime for sure. And then if we go to like series and stuff, One Piece, for sure. I mean, you can't beat One Piece. It's greatest story ever told. And then this one's kind of, I feel like the manga is a big part of this one too. Berserk, which is also the greatest story ever told.
Yeah, Berserk is a really good one. And as far as One Piece goes, you had a part in One Piece before, right?
Yeah. I had a little bit in One Piece. Yeah.
Would you like to come back as a reoccurring character?
I'd love to. Are you kidding? Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be a dream.
I know they got the remake on the way for Netflix, so that's definitely a possibility.
That's true. It's definitely a possibility. Yeah, and it's hey, there's probably plenty to go on just the original show now too. I don't know how far along they're gonna keep it going, but we'll see.
Yeah, that is a good question. How far can they go?
Yeah.
But are there any lines from any one of your characters that resonate with you on a personal level? Like you might have said and you like, thought about it like that was pretty deep.
Oh man. Yeah, there's a lot. Let me see. I'm trying to think of like a real good one. there was, geez, what is the line? Let me find it, or let me think about it. Honestly, if I want to be simple with it, it's that Terry line from and you hear it in the beginning of that the gameplay trailer that they released recently, which was the eat, fight, drink, sleep, repeat. It's a good life. You really need. You get your fighting, you have a little sippy sip, you get some sleep, have some fun, and do it all again tomorrow. I mean, that's really, honestly, it's kind of how I live my life. Just I don't worry too much about what's coming, and often, so, sometimes it's a handicap, but more often than not, it ends up being a superpower because, man, it's dark out there. And if you just don't worry, I'm just gonna focus on today and have a good time, and that's pretty much that's what I take it. Yeah.
That's pretty dope. And I like the Terry hat in the back. I see it, man. It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
Now when you're not voice acting or doing the behind the scenes stuff, what are you doing? What's some of your hobbies?
Oh yeah, hobbies. Well, first of all, playing games. I've been.
Oh, you a gamer?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's pretty dope. What you got on your what you been playing recently?
Lately the two main things, well, I guess I'll do three. So been playing the hell out of Street Fighter. I've been playing the hell out of Deadlock, that new Valve game. And I've been playing a lot of Balatro, baby. I've been playing with those cards, man. Playing the game. It's so damn fun. That game is sucking my life away. But yeah. Those are my big three at the moment. I'm excited to get into Space Marine too, though. That looks.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for that too. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm pretty hyped for that, especially after everything we've seen with the gameplay, trailer, and all that. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped. What's on your watch list? What are you currently watching?
Ooh, watching. Let's see. What are we watching? I just finished watching The Terror on Netflix, which is dope. Just a bunch of like British dudes dying in the Arctic from like a giant monster. That was awesome. Super dope. I've been keeping up with My Hero.
Oh yeah, it's going down in My Hero right about now too.
Yeah, I am loving that right now. And then also, as always, trying to catch up with One Piece. That's so hard. Yeah, I mean, you can read it a lot faster than you can watch it. I'll tell you that. That's.
Are there any upcoming projects or conventions you're able to talk about?
I mean, there's always more Pokemon coming, for sure. That next drop should be relatively soon. There should be some exciting things in there. Who knows? It might be some new dudes. Yeah, a lot of good stuff coming on. I will be at Tokyo Game Show end of this month. So if anyone's gonna be in Japan, come say hi. That'll be fun. Yeah, other than that, it's been pretty chill with the strike and all going on. So it's it's not a ton coming up, and not a ton I can promote, even if it was, just because of the rules of all that. But yeah, support our strike. It's really hard. We want to do this job. Acting is so important. Yeah, robots suck. Screw AI. It's dumb.
Matter of fact, before we go, let's talk a little bit about that because we got time. Tell us a little bit about the strike and this whole AI thing, because to my knowledge, like I really don't have a lot of knowledge on it. So for people that might not know what's going on.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's hard to keep track of, for sure. So I don't blame anybody for not knowing what's going on. Even I believe I spend a lot of time helping explain to actors and other union members what's going on. So yeah, essentially, we're on strike for video games right now. We're not working on any video games, and not really supposed to be promoting any either, unless they have signed our agreement, which basically means like, hey, we agree to all the stuff that you're striking over, so we'll work it. That's great. But the main sticking point is, like I was saying, AI, generative AI, and basically. Yeah, these big companies, what they want to do is they want to take our voices, they want to clone them, they want to use them for whatever they want, and they don't want to pay us. They don't put it quite like that themselves, but what it is they just have put a ton of loopholes into everything, and So we're basically what we're trying to do is lock it down so that like, all right, if you're going to do this, here's how you got to do it. You're going to pay people. You're going to give us credit. You're going to give us control over it. You know, that's the biggest thing. We want the ability to say, no, you can't do that. And they want the ability to say, screw you. We're taking your voice and using your stuff forever. Die.
Yeah, that's totally unfair, to be honest with you, because I have a great friend who actually helped me with this channel, and he's the voice of Kawaki from Boruto Next Generation, Michael Swaby. And they took his voice and they put it in Storm 4, and people was reacting off of the voice like, what is this? Like, and he's like, yo, I didn't do that. Like, that's not my work. Because it sounded really cheesy. Like, you are going to Paris. Like, it sounded crazy. And he's like, I didn't work on that. So I can understand the problems.
Yeah. Actually, I think, just so I'm not being part of putting out a misinformation, that actually wasn't AI. They did a whole like investigation on that. They figured out it wasn't. It was just they just picked the wrong takes to put in this show. So there was like a bunch of people like kind of like
bad sound editing and stuff like that, and sound.
Yeah. Well, because when we're doing video games, like we don't, half the time we're not looking at what it's being recorded to. You just see a list of lines on a script, and it's like, all right, say it, boom, okay, say it, boom, great. And so if the script is messed up, or if like the director gets confused or whatever, you can align. I mean, that's why performance matters, right? Because you can say the right words and it doesn't sound right if you're in the wrong situation.
True, indeed.
That's what happens. It was that plus weird editing on the back end, but that one ended up they did look into it, and it wasn't actually AI.
Okay. Well, thank you so much once again for coming on the show. Let people know where they can find you at on social media.
Yeah, I am Quad Bonus on everything. That's me. Yeah. Come say hi.
Definitely. Links will be in the description below. Heroes, thank you so much for coming through and spending your time with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more interviews and discussions on the podcast, Voice of the Heroes. Share, show some love, and until next time, heroes, we are out of here.
Sing it with me, pretty Cali, pretty Cali, pretty Cali.